was awkward timing. Anyway, good evening, folks. We are on year 2 of our mock draft. What we're going to do tonight, we have our panel with us. We'll bring them in a minute. We're going to go over the draft. We're going to look at it. We're going to do our mock draft and say, hey, Riley, Chris checking in. How you doing? So let's get this thing rolling. And yes, we are going to do the whole first round tonight. I know we're usually open mic, but this is open mic tonight, guys. All right, first we're going to bring in my partner, Rich. How are you tonight, sir?
What's up, brother? How are you?
Good, good. So you got your Steelers in the background, ready to go?
Steelers in the background, media credentialed on the shirt. We're ready to roll.
I like it. We're going to bring in our Saints Houston guy. What's up, Marcus?
What's up, folks? For the time being, Saints, Texans, and rock, paper, scissors for it. As of right now, still the Cleveland Browns pick, unless Evan shows up.
I don't know. I don't know where he is. Next, we're going to bring in the Detroit guy. How are you, sir?
Doing great. So to let everybody know who I got the Titans, Jets, Dolphins, Bucks, and Lions.
We weren't telling everyone, Jerm.
I thought we were.
No, just our home team.
Oh.
Well, I fucked up then too.
Yeah, because he did.
My bad. All right. Obviously, next we have our Packers guy, Jason, sitting outside of Lambeau Field for the draft night. I like it.
All right. Side of the 2025 NFL Draft. Bring on the brats, bring on the beer. And Adam, I will say this. Expect unexpected tonight. I think we're going to have a wild first-round prediction tonight.
Yes, I think so too. Next, we're going to bring in Rab, obviously Ravens for sure. How are you, sir?
How are you gentlemen doing? It's almost Christmas, guys. Time for the draft. Easter, 4th of July, all that fun stuff.
And then you got Christmas in July too. Don't leave that one out.
Yes, sir.
All right. Next we have Jamie.
What's going on, everybody? Wearing my Bills polo shirt. This is really cool how we're doing it this year. Looking all swell, getting all swell, like Stuart Scott used to say back in the day, R.I.P. And let's do this NFL draft. And let's make some wild predictions. As long as nobody trades their whole draft for one running back like Mike Ditka did back in the day, we're good.
All right, next we have our Florida guy, Jag City down there, Dylan.
Thank you. I'm repping to thank you. Hopefully my draft goes better than all of you guys, but I do wish you all well. And Adam, as being Rich Eisen tonight, the floor is yours.
All right, Rich, you have a comment?
I do. A little something. I don't know if you guys saw this today or not, but it really pertains to today. The original play-by-play voice of ESPN's NFL coverage, and he was also one of their talking heads during the first sets of drafts they did. Mike Patrick died today at the age of 80. He was with ESPN for 35 years, but he was the original play-by-play voice on ESPN NFL football.
Yep.
So
to Mike Patrick.
So we are doing real life stuff here. Let's jump right to the board. Jeremy, I believe you got dealt the Titans tonight.
Yeah.
Hey, could you guys hear that, by the way? Whenever I started, Jeremy, you guys sent it to me, and whenever I turned it on, the thing ended. Did you guys hear it?
I caught a little bit of it, not that much.
Okay. I was like, oh, perfect timing. Anyway, Titans on the board. Where are they looking? What are they doing? Leaving that up to the draft expert down there in the corner.
All right. Well, I think they are going to go with the pick is in. Almost.
Is that good?
Almost.
No one heard it?
No one heard it.
Oh.
I heard like the first 2 notes and then it disappeared. So at that pick, they're going to take Mr. Carter, the defensive end out of Penn State.
What have you been drinking?
Hey, this is his team tonight. Abdul Carter, linebacker out of Penn State.
Edge rusher, technically.
Mm-hmm.
Pass rusher, defensive end. Nice pick. Nice pick.
How about that?
Cleveland
How about that?
the
As
board.
soon as it comes up, boy, it's right there. How about that?
Mhm.
Marcus,
Follow
on
that
the clock.
ticker, boys.
All right.
I just made Dylan mad because that's who he wanted.
Should we try it
No.
again? Should I try
Pick is
holding it
in
closer
for-
to the mic? His hand was up.
Almost you had it. It moved away.
Let's see if I can get it up. Hold on. I'll do mine for you. I had it
All
saved
right.
in my phone. But
I was
Vic
trying,
in for the
guys. I didn't
Cleveland-
really know.
Gus
Anyway.
McNally agrees with that pick. Evidently, he gave me the 4-hand clap.
This week only, all done.
Domino's infomercial. Fuck.
Domino's sporting us tonight was at the stuff.
So nice
The
you get it
Cleveland
twice.
Browns are now on the clock.
Oh, the pick is in. All right.
Pick is
With
in.
the
That's what happened.
second pick into the 2025 NFL draft, the Cleveland Browns select Cam Ward, quarterback, Miami.
Woo. I don't know if they do that. But okay.
Cam Ward.
12, like the 14th quarterback in the last 20 years, Rich. What you think? I don't know, Rich, but they need to stick with a quarterback and forget what the fans are saying. I know they got a documentary on A&E called Stadium Lockups. They lock up about 3% of the capacity because they don't like the quarterbacks they pick, but I think they're comfortable with this one, guys. Rich, give me your take on this scenery quarterback. You know, they got to get you hyped up for the pick.
Right. Very it's Cleveland.
Yet
They're
another
going through
QB goes
do I give my real opinion on this, or do I give the professional answer? It's just like the husband answer versus the friend answer. Go ahead, Rich.
I'd much rather hear what you really think. I'm sorry.
The pick is in.
Oh, we need the music, Marcus.
Okay.
Pick is in.
The pick was in is the second you said yours.
Dominoes. We didn't get nothing that time.
You ready?
Did you hear it that time? Shit. Anyway, Rich, go ahead.
With the
New
third
York
pick, the
Football
New York-
Giants.
New York Football Giants select Travis Hunter, wide receiver, cornerback, Colorado.
Well, there's the pick. Interesting pick. Is he going to play defense, offense? What's he going to do on this in this formation? Is he going to be offense? Is he going to be on? Obviously, I like it. Neighbors and Hunter on the outside. I like that combo. Don't know if Russ or Jameson's going to be throwing the ball, but time will tell.
Who's got New England?
That'd be me.
Oh, who
Are you raising
taking?
your hand?
I'm waiting for the music.
Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do.
Hey, I actually heard it.
Okay. With the fourth pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Will Campbell, offensive tackle, LSU. I tried to sound like Tom Brady there. I didn't do a very good job. I'm sorry. So obviously we know that the Patriots have, like many teams, needs at multiple positions. But given that their new head coach, Mike Vrabel, is a steak and potatoes guy, he's going to want to, I think, build from the trenches and work his way from the inside out. Will Campbell is obviously the highest rated offensive lineman in this draft at the position he's at now. I think he is going to fill the Patriots' needs really well, and he's versatile enough to where he can play more than one position on the offensive line. He has quick enough feet to where if he doesn't work at offensive tackle, maybe Mike Vrabel can experiment and move him to guard. At either rate, I like this pick for New England. I think it's a safe pick. I wanted to have them go for the home run and get Ashton Jeanty here, but like I said, Vrabel's a steak and potatoes guy. I like Will Campbell at this pick.
Yeah, Jay, that's I've never seen this pick move from Will Campbell. I've never seen anyone different in the mock drafts.
Nope,
Nope,
neither have
me
I.
neither.
And I know there have been rumors about, the Patriots either trading back in the draft to either stockpile picks or, there was a rumor they were trying to pull off a deal for another veteran receiver. But I agree with you. I don't think they're going to do anything like that. I think they're taking Campbell. And like you said, Adam, Campbell is stuck there at the 4th pick. So I agree with you. I think he's going to go to New England.
Well, this
Next on the clock.
This makes my pick easy with the 5th pick in the 2025, driving to the top production. The Jacksonville Jaguars, Mason Graham, defensive tackle from Michigan.
Who had that sound effect? That was 10 times better than what I had.
I had them taking Gian. I still think they're taking Giante.
Adam, I don't think for a second we are taking Giante. We either taking Mason Graham or T. McMillan.
Mason Graham's a big, strong interior kid, fast, physical. With the run game coming back, you need a big guy like him that can clog up the middle against those runners in the AFC South, man. And he also tag teamed with Kenneth Grant in Michigan, another big fella. So we'll see how his journey goes in the NFL with Kenneth Grant's later to be determined.
So 6 and the Raiders. You on the clock.
The Raiders.
If he scores harder than $100, I'm not going to see it.
That's you, Rav.
This is my dad's favorite football team, the Raiders. His John Madden and Marcus Allen and Jim Plunkett were some of his favorite players. Ashton Jeanty, he'd be very happy with the pick here. Ashton Jeanty, super just on a different level than a good group of running backs. Ashton Jeanty and the Davis family, they like these skill players. They don't want to take a lineman. They don't want to take trenches. They want to go for the quarterback, the running back, the wide receiver. You never quite know what the Raiders are going to do, but I think it's Ashton Jeanty.
The more and more I keep reading the Raiders, the more and more I believe Vegas will pass Ashton Jeanty. I don't know what it is. Like, I think
I saw an article why, Dylan. They said it would be the same thing with the Giants when they took Saquon Barkley, number 2 overall. They tried to build the team around him instead of trying to build the team first for him to be successful. The Giants didn't have the offensive line around him. It's the same thing if the Raiders go Jeanty here and they don't build the ingredients around him first to be successful. And Pete Carroll said it too when they interviewed him.
There's a lot of smoke this week, boys. That's why like this week I don't pay. They're purposely putting stuff out there like not to go veer off too much, but like Milroe to the Steelers. I mean, that's ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. That's not good.
I've got Milroe to the Rams at 26.
Jeremy, I believe we are back to you with
The Jet.
the next pick in the draft for the Jets. Who I read something today. I didn't really have a chance to look it up because it was a meme. They say the Jets were the only team to not make the playoffs during Pope Francis's reign of Pope. I don't know if that's true or not. Can anyone say anything about that?
Yes, it is.
It's true.
That's a distinct possibility.
I don't think they made the playoffs during Pope Benedict's reign either.
Well, they had to have. Well, they had to have because our Steelers beat them. Steelers beat them in the. Our Steelers beat them in the AFC Championship game.
With the Jets, I get confused.
That was 09, 10. They beat him in the NFC Championship game. No, it was 10 or 11 because it was Rex Ryan's second year when he took them against the Steelers. The Jets.
Would have been 2009. Super Bowl 44, the Colts beat the Jets in the AFC Championship game. Then 45, the Steelers beat the Jets and then lost to some team named the Packers, if my memory serves me right.
Yeah, I
The
understand.
drop ball by
I covered
Mendenhall
that
that
game.
wasn't a fumble 13 years later.
Yep, I covered that game. It was here in Dallas.
Okay, Jeremy.
I'm trying to look her up real quick. And the phone isn't cooperating. Right. The pick is in.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can you stop
Jeremy, you are getting extra special treatment right there.
Tyler Warren, tight end.
Tyler Warren out of Penn State.
Okay, so Warren from Penn State.
That was
no real surprises other than maybe 1 and 2 flip-flop and 3 spot out of whack. 8 with Carolina.
Jamie.
Okay. I don't even have my phone with me.
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Who's the guy from Georgia, the defensive end?
Jalen Walker.
Rich, you're gonna run out of units soon. You're probably gonna have to start a second ticker.
Is he a DN or a linebacker?
No.
Pass rusher, 3
Edge rush. Edge rush.
Yeah, 1,000 characters to work with, man.
All right. I believe Jamie said the pick is in. Is he gonna hit the music or not?
Are you definitely taking Walker, or are you just thinking about him?
You'll see. Is this? They're picking 10, right? I think.
No, you're in Carolina.
You're Carolina at 8.
Okay. With the 8th pick in the 2025, drive into the top NFL mock draft. The Carolina Panthers select Jalen Walker, edge rusher, Georgia Bulldogs. Go Dogs! Sick 'em!
You gotta sing the jingle before you say that. You gotta say, "Who's that coming down the track? It's the mean machine in the red and black. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk obnoxious Georgia fan." I'm an LSU guy and I know this jingle, courtesy of Pat McAfee.
Now give me Alabama to break all their hearts.
Alabama! Big home Alabama!
Pat McAfee all right after getting choked out last night.
He'll be all right. He was fine, and The Rock said, "Get the fuck over it" or something. I didn't watch Pat McAfee show, but it's like, it's wrestling, it's tough. Get over it or some shit.
The Rock did exactly what you and I talked about. I told you he was just going to go company line. It was complete and utter BS. But anyway, with the 9 pick, who's got the 9? Who's got
Jamie
the 9?
pick is in. Hit it.
We got anybody with the 9?
Yeah.
Who is it?
With the ninth pick, you ready for this? With the 9th pick into the 2025 NFL Draft, the New Orleans Saints select Shadir Sanders, quarterback, Colorado.
Who was this?
Wah, wah.
Oh man, I thought for sure you were going Jackson.
Well,
he's gonna want to steal Aaron Brooks's thunder with his number, man, number 2.
He'll want that jersey retired as soon as he gets it in his hand.
He's gonna screw.
He'll get a first down.
Awesome.
He's gonna get a first down, and he's gonna want a statue by Steve Gleason in the dome.
Even my son getting in on this conversation.
Marcus, is Carr not good enough to go at all?
No.
Would he start if he's there?
No, he re-injured and he's going to be out the season, is what they're saying. He re-injured himself.
So, yeah, if y'all need a third string quarterback at Pittsburgh, y'all can gladly take him.
Carr? I'll
Yeah.
take him.
We
Done
got,
for the year,
we got
dude.
Spencer Rattler. We got Spencer Rattler. We get if we get Shadir, and then they also got Taysom Hill. But
Did you guys work? Did you guys work out a deal with Taysom Hill? I know Dylan is raising his hand. We got you. I got you. You are next with the Bears. I know this. Did they work out a deal with Taysom Hill, or is he going to go to Denver?
I'm hoping they work something out. I don't think he's going to leave.
All right. All right. Jamie, hit it.
All right.
Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you, Charles. You took the guy 1 in 10.
Oh, Jamie did.
With the 10th pick in the 2025 Rise to the Top production draft, the Chicago Bears take offensive tackle Ahmad Membu from Missouri.
He
got big dude.
Again, when just like Jason mentioned, Mike Vrabel's a staking up potatoes guy. Ben Johnson's a staking potatoes guy. That's how he won in Detroit, and he's beefing up the steak with a great athletic, big, strong, big armed offensive tackle, 6'4", 332 pounds. He's got a great motor and quickness, and he's versatile. He can play either left or right tackle of the line, or kick him at guard too.
I think Membu's
I'm a
better
steak.
right tackle, but
I'm a
This would be a great
fresh
pick for the
guy.
Bears.
Cowboys are on the board.
no 49ers.
49ers.
Oh, I'm sorry, 49ers.
They're
That's
first
going a little bit south of Fresno there, a little bit north of Fresno, Jay.
Actually, San Francisco is north of Fresno. You're right. And with the 11th pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select cornerback Will Johnson from Michigan. Okay, so here's my rationale for them taking Will Johnson. I know
they
the last
lost
couple
everyone.
days we've heard some rumblings coming out of the Bay Area, and not earthquakes, my friend, about John Lynch and the Niners possibly trading back and out of that pick so that they could stockpile some other talent later in the draft. But the reason I have them taking Will Johnson here is because Charvarius Ward is on his way out the door, and they're going to need to start looking at not only a lockdown. Yeah, they need a really good young lockdown corner, and I think in this draft, Will Johnson is probably one of the top 2 or 3. Again, the Niners do have a history of trading back, but seeing how this draft is replete with tons of value in the later rounds, especially in 3, 4, and 5, John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have been good evaluators of talent in recent drafts. I think they're going to stick here. I don't think they're going to move out of it. I think they take Will Johnson to supplant Charvarius Ward once he goes out the door.
Jeremy, you're getting comments.
And they got
already.
12 picks.
Yeah,
They're going to have a lot of. They're going to be.
Yeah,
They're going with the youth movement this year. They're going to have a lot of young players playing this year because they were old last year.
that's right. They have a lot of picks in this year's draft, so they have. It's not like they're not like the Vikings where they only have 4 or 5. So John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have some breathing room here to evaluate a lot of talent.
Mhm.
The boys, Rav. The pick was in yet, but anyway.
I got you. I'm where I think Dallas is tempted to take McMillan here because I think kind of like the Raiders, they always like these skill guys. They always like these guys at these skill positions. But I think it's Amarian Hampton, the running back out of North Carolina. They desperately need running back. Their run game, I don't know what it is about the Cowboys every few years. Their run game is horrible. Like, they had Emmitt Smith in their franchise, but man, they were just terrible. So they have to do it. I think running back.
Rav, are you putting the pick in, or you got comments?
Oh, Hampton is the pick. I'm sorry.
I mean, Jeremy.
I got a comment.
Okay.
Omarion Hampton makes sense because their running back room right now is either AARP or micro machines that can't move their legs fast enough.
And yes, Rally Chris will be on the show tomorrow night with us, Jay. Just to let you know, Rally Chris will be joining us tomorrow night as well.
And then, of course, I got my Mockapalooza. Now, is it the Dolphins yet?
Yes, Dolphins are on the clock.
Dolphins are on the clock. Let me see. I have over here my 3 tabs open. The Dolphins are looking for a big man for up the middle, and I think they go. The pick is in. Defensive interior, Walter Nolan out of Mississippi.
That's a big boy, ain't it?
Who? Who they got?
Walter Nolan, the defensive
Nolan.
line from Ole Miss.
Philly has
Okay.
really, really gotten eyes on him.
Baltimore.
I
Okay,
got a
yeah, 'cause
question for you guys.
I'm keeping tally too.
Should I wear a
I'm
suit
keeping
and
tally.
tie on Thursday night?
As long as
I'm
he's
wearing-
got his suit and tie, he may hit it up on the floor tonight. He'll show
I
you
hate
a few
Jamie.
things.
I hate Justin Timberlake.
Jamie's
I'm
quite a
No,
show.
Dylan, you go suit and tie. You better have the little thing out there too, huh?
Hey, you know what, Marcus? I'm bringing sexy back.
Hey, if we want to do this, hey, if we want to start doing this on every show, we could do it.
Well, I'm wearing
I
a
mean,
Saints jersey
whatever.
Thursday. Drinking out my Saints mug. I'm setting my desk up like it's the fucking draft board. I'm getting the mini helmets on the desk. I'm getting my fantasy football team. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get the shit right now to show y'all while they make the next pick.
Just to let you know, the Indianapolis Colts are on the board with Jamie.
Okay, and this is the Colts. They're picking. Let me see.
God damn Cubs. Fucking shit.
Let me just do
Oh.
2025. Let me pull up the.
Oh, that's right,
draft
Jay. You're
order.
playing the Cubs tonight, huh?
Jason, trying to keep this.
Let me just pull up the draft order so I can just do it right there.
Do you want me to tell you who the best available players are?
No, don't do BPA. You're your own fucking GM.
Indianapolis is 14th. Okay.
If you take the guy and know you're going to take him, I may just leave.
You're not allowed to leave.
I know, Sunshine.
That's the whole point, man. Just like fantasy football, your guy gets taken before you're there.
Yeah, because I've got six.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I've got 16.
Let me see what the Colts
20.
need. Okay.
The question
Rich,
is,
while
do I
we're paying attention to the Colts,
Okay. Let's
what
see.
time are you starting to go live on Thursday?
I say 7:30.
as it sits right this second, yes, 7:30 Central. Or 6:30
Eastern.
Central, I'm sorry.
So who did the Colts
7:30,
pick?
6:30 Central. Rich is running a draft here. I'm at work. I will jump in when I get home, obviously. So
Ooh,
just let everyone know.
This is the first smoke screen, guys.
It's basically what we're gonna do is a watch along. I'll kind of spearhead the thing. You guys can come in and out as you wish. We'll talk about the picks as they're made. We'll do psychoanalyzing and all that kind of craziness. I did this on the air many years where I did the first round on the air, and it worked out pretty good. So we were thinking we'd do a similar
Pick is
thing
in.
on Thursday.
Hold on, the pick is in for the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, I didn't
This
miss
might be a
it.
smoke screen, guys. So here we go.
It's about time we
With
get one.
the 14th pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions NFL mock draft,
Please don't
the
be.
Indianapolis Colts select Luther Burden III, wide receiver, Mississippi or Missouri, Mizzou.
Wow. No. He is not the first receiver in this draft.
He's not the first one that's been taken, is he? Yeah, there he is.
No, not
Okay.
on my board.
Not on your board, but on the driving to the top board, he is. Tyler
Well,
Warren's
I was gonna
at
take
end.
First receiver off the
Uh,
board.
I thought you were going
He's
with
not a receiver, dude.
McMillan Ravori. That's why I should have went with McMillan. I feel bad. But
Oh,
Travis Hunter was taken off the board, so he's considered wide receiver.
Oh yeah,
slash.
he's a pretty good
Travis
wide
Hunter.
receiver.
Yeah.
He's a pretty
So-
good wide receiver.
All right,
Oh.
so I got the ring ready for Thursday. I got 2 helmets ready for Thursday, and I got fantasy football
Let's see.
champion Chase Jam.
Yeah. Hit it, Jamie. Hit the music. The pick is in.
With the 15th pick in the Driving to the Top Productions NFL mock draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Jihad Campbell, linebacker pass rusher out of Alabama. They got to get some defense with that crew they've got in there. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got defensive backs. They've got D-line. They have no pass rush. They got to be able to stop quarterbacks, especially in that division where there aren't exactly the best in quarterbacks. And that's why they got to go after this guy, especially coming out of Alabama.
All
I
right.
like this pick, Rich. I like this pick.
All right. I'm ready. I'm
Over
ready
to Arizona. Jamie, Arizona is ready to go. Hit the music.
Okay, with the 16th pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions first round mock draft, the Arizona Cardinals won't have to get on a plane to take this guy. T. McMillan, wide receiver, Arizona.
Nice.
That would be a pretty good pairing with Marvin Harrison Jr.
I can't even pronounce his name. So.
Unless they dump their quarterback during the draft.
Differing opinions on McMillan. I think like some people think he's the next thing since sliced bread, and I've heard him dropping in a lot of boards, so I'm not sure. When I watch him, I'm kind of the same. He's wide open a lot in college. I don't know if he's going to be this. He's going to create that kind of space in the NFL. But he's fascinating.
I remember he played
And
like
to be
shit against Houston. Like that was not his best game. When he played
I'm telling
QH.
you right now, I will bet you T. McMillan is the best receiver of this draft right now of anybody in this draft.
Oh,
I think T. McMillan could be Mike Evans or at Wolves Troy London. Maybe even or at Wolves T. Higgins. He's that consistent.
He could be Bruce.
I'm worried about Matthew Golden being like a speed guy. Burden's okay. I think Ibuka's, you know what you get from Ibuka. But I think in terms of upside, I think T. McMillan offers the best upside.
Team in Cincinnati is on the clock.
Matthew Golden is your guy to watch out for, guys. I'm telling you.
No.
Okay, with the 17th pick in the Driving to the Top Productions 2025 NFL mock draft, I have the Cincinnati Bengals selecting Mike Green, defensive end, edge rusher out of Marshall. And I love the Bengals getting this pick for a few reasons. Number one, first and foremost, the uncertainty with Trey Hendrickson. Who knows what's going to happen to him long term? He's clearly one of the most impactful defensive players, but the Bengals can't hedge their bets on this guy wanting to stay, especially if it sounds like he doesn't want to be there. With Mike Green, there's actually been a lot of buzz about him possibly being the best edge rusher in terms of total package, in terms of athleticism, in terms of readiness for the NFL, in terms of hands, feet, everything else. And Marshall's produced its very good share of football players in the past, i.e. Randy Moss. Now, I know Randy Moss played wide receiver, not defensive end. But what I'm pointing out is Marshall has a history here of producing some solid football players. Given Green's athleticism, I'm not concerned about his size. That doesn't concern me. He, in this day and age, should be a successful defensive end. You don't need the size. If you have the speed to get around your offensive lineman and push them to the ground, i.e. Jason Taylor did with the Dolphins in his day, this guy can do it. I love the Bengals taking Mike Green here. This is a good pick for them. And like I said, most importantly, with Trey Hendrickson's uncertainty or about his status up in the air, I think this is a safe pick for the Bengals there with Mike Green.
Jeremy, I think you're getting some trash talking out there.
Yeah, there are. Bear with me. We sweeping you fraud. Oh, that's fun. You haven't done it
You
yet.
you got a Packers fan up there too.
Oh, we're
Who wants Rav or Mark? Who wants Seahawks? Don't fight over it, kids.
I'll take Seahawks.
All right.
It's our guy Mike McDonald, former Ravens coach here.
That is correct.
All right, so with the Seahawks on the board, absolutely they have to take, I think, offensive line. Calvin Banks still sitting there. He's more of a tackle, but absolutely you could put him at guard the first year or two and start. I think Banks is the best tackle in the draft.
Let me ask you this, Rev. If Josh, sorry to interrupt, if Josh Simmons didn't have questions about that knee injury, would he be a pick right now, or would he have been picked before?
I like Banks as much as Simmons.
Okay.
I like Banks as much as Simmons. And Simmons is not just the 1 year with him and the injuries. He's had more than one. Banks is just nasty. I like.
I don't know. I mean, honestly,
he's ugly.
I saw Banks play a ton this year, and Banks did not look great. Now, true, dealt with the high ankle sprain, and honestly, I think Banks was better in 23 than 24.
Let's see what we got here.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the clock at 19.
What are they gonna do here? They're gonna go defense.
Who's this?
You.
Oh, the Bucs. Yeah, they're going deep. Sorry. Todd Bowles has said they need a safety over the middle. They've lost some in the back end of the room lately. So, that being said, they are taking Malaki Starks out of Georgia.
Well, God dang it.
Starks.
That's it. Yeah.
Starks is terrific. Whatever you call his first name, whatever it is, he can hit that.
Malachi.
Yeah.
Denver 20.
Starks.
Jamie.
That's me.
You take my guy here. If you take my guy here, I may throw my water through the laptop.
500 times. I'm not threatened.
A Bronco.
20. I think.
Hey, Jeremy, can I offer you a trade from 22?
I got
what for my 28?
No,
There's
James.
no trades. There's no trades.
got
James, I'll offer you a trade.
Oh, you want
No
my
trades
safety?
in mock
All right.
draft.
22 and a 4th rounder for 20.
No, I don't have the 20th pick anymore. I just took it.
No,
I got the
well,
20th, dude, and I'm keeping it. I'm making the pick.
you make the pick that if you take the guy who I know you're going to take here,
The pick is in.
Oh no.
Here we go.
At the 20th pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions NFL Mock Draft, the Denver Broncos select Isaiah Bond, wide receiver, Texas.
What?
What the hell?
They already got Marvin Mims Jr. Get another fast wide receiver to complement that on Sean Payton's offense.
Emeka Egbuka isn't fast?
Wait,
Isaiah Bond ran a 4.39. He's fast too.
Didn't they just
Wait,
lose?
Isaiah Bond from Texas?
Yeah.
Didn't they just lose a big offensive lineman this offseason?
Bond is on the board. I have is like at 115.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bond isn't the Texas receiver you want. Bond
No.
is definitely not the Texas receiver that you want.
It would be Golden.
Yeah,
Golden, yeah.
exactly.
Golden to me is
I
the
know
best
what I'm
receiver
doing,
in this
guys.
draft.
Trust me. I know what I'm doing.
Okay,
Do I
Pittsburgh.
even need,
Isaiah
need to go
Bond.
through the? Do I
Will
even
the
need to go through
Steelers
the
take
motions on this
will the
one?
Steelers take someone like the Bumblebee shirt in the background?
Do I even need to go through the motions on this one?
I already know who you're taking.
With the
Yeah.
21st pick in the Driving to the Top Productions mock draft, the Pittsburgh Steelers select their starting quarterback for the next 15 years, Jackson Dart out of Ole
I knew
Miss.
I knew it.
Can we say that?
Yeah.
I'm sure you guys thought Kenny Pickett was going to be your starting quarterback for the next 15 years. Where is he at again?
No, we didn't. No, we
He
didn't.
won a Jay, didn't he just win a Super Bowl?
Oh, he
Yeah,
did?
what's up,
Start
my
that
brother?
crap.
Big Rich, why do you believe in Dart
That's
so
like making
much?
the Pro Bowl.
Why do you believe in Dart
Because-
so much? Because I don't really. I think he's a. I think it's marginal.
He has the right build. He has the right accuracy, the mentality, and he reads defenses extremely well.
So then what happened? So then why wasn't Jackson throwing any darts against Florida?
If I remember correctly, it was because he kept picking his ass off the ground because the O-line wasn't blocking for him.
Well,
Quarterback can't do anything about that.
Well,
unless your name's Shador
so-
Sanders and you
so-
run until you throw an interception.
2 picks at darn near 2 picks at the end of the Okay.
Adam, he's back.
Oh, Jay. Oh, yeah.
That's retardedly.
I don't think that's a word.
Is
I don't know if
anybody-
it's not. But I'm not sure it is.
I said it last week on the air, Rob, and that's why it's here.
Is anybody gonna play the music for the Chargers pick, please?
We got the Chargers pick.
With the 22nd pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions first round mock draft, the Los Angeles Chargers take Colston Loveland, tight end, Michigan.
Great pick. Now Justin Herbert will use them.
And then the Chargers will be in the Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
go back to Jim Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh will draft the Michigan Wolverines out the board.
He should know. He played for him. He should know everything about him. So that
Yeah, but-
tells you something if he passes.
The problem isn't Jim
You
Harbaugh.
know how he rolls.
It's Justin Herbert and his lack of using tight ends.
So what? I'd rather have Herbert as my quarterback than your piece of crap quarterback.
Hey, now. Let's keep it civil in here.
Hey, Goff uses his tight end. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was going to say, if we're talking piece of crap quarterbacks, the line starts at 16 and goes from there.
That's okay. At least I don't have long-haired Daniel Jones on my team.
Has there been a more overhyped, underperformed quarterback to go number one than Trevor Lawrence in the last 20 years?
Jamarcus Russell.
Sam
Jamarcus
Bradford.
Russell.
Please don't
20
say that name
years,
ever
20
again.
years.
Please,
What?
please
Marcus
don't.
Russell.
What?
I
Sam
like that.
Bradford?
AI called him Daniel Hippie Jones.
Or
the round mound of rebound?
Russell?
Bryce Young, the jury's still out. He was better last year, but I don't know about that. I don't know if he's
I think that benching woke up Bryce Young because
Yeah,
he came
it did.
back
That's
a
what
lot
I-
stronger. He came back a lot stronger after he got
Daniel
benched.
Hippie Jones.
I covered
Yeah.
that on my NFL Roundtable talk. The difference with because what was happening is Dave Canales, the quarterback whisperer, the one that fixed Geno Smith and then helped Baker Mayfield get his groove back.
Nick Canales.
He
yeah.
took in every practice in between during those 3 weeks. Afterward, he would work for 3 hours with Bryce Young after practice.
All right.
We've got Green Bay.
And now the crowd can go out in Green Bay, and they are up on the clock.
And the
Finally.
crowd goes mild.
With
Are they going to
the
take Ibuka here right here for another wide receiver for Jordan Love?
with the 23rd pick in the Driving to the Top Productions 2025 NFL mock draft, my Green Bay Packers select Derek Harmon, defensive lineman, Oregon State.
That was one of my guys.
You just made every Packer fan cringe.
I don't give a shit. Here's why I selected Derek Harmon. Yes, it was very tempting for me to put Emeka Egbuka on that list because, Adam, you're right. We do need some wide receiver help. However, we also need help on the defensive line. Kenny Clark is now Old Man River, all right, on that defensive line. He's 30 years old, and he's playing like he's 54, like he's Deacon Jones 54 here, okay? And all due respect to Deacon Jones, a great Hall of Famer. But they need help also on that defensive line. Derek Harmon from Oregon State, I saw him play a lot this year. Being out here on the West Coast, watching a lot of Pac-12, Pac-2 games, whatever that conference is called now. And I really love
Actually, he's in
Harmon.
the Big Ten with Oregon.
I don't care if they're in the Big Two. What I'm getting at here is I love Harmon's skill set. And I think this is a typical Packers pick. The Packers historically have never gone for the splashy guy. They've never gone for the guy that you would expect them to get. I like Harmon because he's a coachable guy. Again, the skill set's there, and they need help on defensive line there. Have Kenny Clark transition on the way out, bring in Harmon. I just love his skill set all the way around. I think Green Bay takes him here at 23.
Well, I think you're right about Harmon, I think, but all the things you said are right too, Jason. But that's the very reason why they're having problems at wide receiver. They keep not taking the receiver. This is why you like, as a Raider fan, I know it firsthand. Every year you're looking for the receiver because you keep, doing that. I'm sorry.
And I hear what you're saying, Charles, but here's why I don't like drafting skill players very high. What are the two main arguments we always hear about why teams don't succeed? Number one, they can't protect the quarterback. Number two, they can't get to the quarterback. All right. Bill Parcells was a guy who loved to build from the inside out. He loved to build with the offensive lineman and the defensive lineman. If you can't get to the quarterback and you can't protect your quarterback, then you're not going to have a lot of success on either side of the football field. And the Packers also have done an adept job in the past at drafting wide receivers and skill players in the later rounds. See Jaden Reed and see all the other guys that they've selected over the last couple of years. Granted, they're still developing. Granted, Jordan Love is still developing as a quarterback too. But I like building from the interior lines first and then moving my way out.
That's
my philosophy.
24. By the way, Jason, you know this better than most. The Green Bay Packers haven't gone for a first-round wide receiver since what? Javon Walker in 2002.
Christian Watson. I think
second round.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, sorry. So, and Javon Walker had a solid career with Green Bay. I know knee injuries hampered him by the time he went to Denver, but Javon Walker was a Pro Bowler before his career got cut short by injuries. So yeah, good example there.
24, Minnesota, the Vikings.
Adam, you had the audacity to give me this draft pick, you punk. All right.
It just wrapped around to you, Jay. I don't know how that worked. It just wrapped around. I was like, Jay got back-to-back picks.
Well,
anyway.
Get ready for another shock, my friends. With the 24th pick in the Driving to the Top Productions 2025 NFL Mock Draft, I have the Minnesota Vikings selecting, and I don't care, offensive lineman Gray Zabel, North Dakota State.
Whoa. Get all the music playing.
Rap, mute it, please.
What music are you listening to, Raph?
I don't know what he's got going on back there. I'm not sure.
That's the women with the TV. That's all.
Sounded like a soap opera.
Yeah, it was probably Real Housewives of Dubai.
Anyway, Jared, what were you saying, buddy?
Well, I said that I think with the 24th pick in the draft, I have the Minnesota Vikings selecting Gray Zabel, offensive lineman, North Dakota State. He's from that neck of the woods in the Midwest there. He's a solid in the trenches guy. And granted, I don't care what happens to him because if the Vikings pick him, he'll be in purple. So I don't give a rat's ass if he wears their uniform or not. But still, when I look at him and when I see some of the film on him, he's got tremendous size. He has excellent footwork, good hands. And the Vikings only have, I think, 5 picks in this entire draft. So they have a 4. Thank you, Dylan. I stand corrected. So they're under a lot of pressure to make every single pick count. And I think Zabel fits their needs. They need help on the offensive line. Had I not decided to go with Will Johnson as a pick earlier, I would have let him fall all the way. But I can't see Johnson falling all the way down to 24. So yeah, Gray's able to the Vikings.
By the way, I think Will Johnson's floor is probably like 17 to the Bengals. I like Zabel's versatility. I think you could play tackle,
Yeah.
but really good goal. Really good.
Yeah,
goal.
he's interchangeable, which is the best thing about him. You brought up a good point there, Dylan. Thank you.
He actually played
25. Marcus, you on the clock with the.
Hold on, Marcus. Before you get there, Jeremy was saying something. Hold on. Go ahead, Jeremy.
He's actually played even center during his time at North Dakota State University. So he's played all three positions on the left side of the line. Oh, look at that. The gun guy's in from LA.
Wait. Take your pants off. What is this, a striptease?
No, but I had a girl
Take your pants
yesterday
off and jacket
on our
it.
thing that talked about she's watching those cold case files and stuff like that, and she says the ones where it shows the guys ring the doorbell and then kill the women, she calls it murder porn.
What was the movie where the UPS guy opened the door and Cameron Diaz is waiting there, is like dancing in her house?
Substitute teacher, or whatever. I don't know.
No. It was the movie with Cameron Diaz,
The one with
Drew
Christina
Barrymore,
Applegate.
Demi Moore, and someone.
Oh, that was Charlie's Angels.
Charlie's Angels, you're talking about.
Yes.
Angels, yeah.
Getting back on topic.
Okay. Never mind.
Marcus, whenever you're ready.
25. Houston.
Yeah, let's see if they get CJ Stroud some help down there, getting another wide receiver in Ibuka. Let's see what happens.
That I might have to do that a little bit of thinking about that too, because I had someone else in mind, but I might need another minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Let me think about this one really good before I make an actual, because the pick's not in yet. I almost had it in, but let me double check, make sure this guy didn't get called up, because that's my biggest fear. I call somebody and he did not get picked. So hold on just 1 second.
Jamie, do you, I don't know. Do you know who the Bills are letting make that pick?
Yeah, Lee Evans.
Raven fans will never forget Lee Evans. Dropped the ball in the game in New England in the championship game where we lost to Tom Brady. Had Lee Evans catch the pass.
And then Billy
We would have been
Condon
in
missed
Super
the
Bowl.
field goal.
And
But
then,
that
yeah,
was
they tried to shoot the field goal.
No, I remember.
yeah, but Billy Condon did that everywhere. He did it with the Cowboys too. Before he went all the way.
Marcus,
Billy
you
Condon
ready?
was kicking a missing field goal.
I'm ready.
Marcus
Go ahead,
is
Marcus.
ready with the Houston's pick.
All right. So with the 25th pick into the 2025 Drive to the Top Productions NFL Mock Draft, the Houston Texans select Matthew Golden, wide receiver from Texas.
Oh, Marcus, being an
Staying
LSU guy,
close.
I thought you were going to go with Braden Swinson.
CJ Stroud needs targets.
Honestly, I don't like this pick. The Texans have got to improve their offensive line. Tunsil's in Washington now. I mean, Washington's offensive line wasn't great anyway, and now Tunsil's in D.C. The Texans should stop drafting wide receivers. Get a lineman, or 2, or 3, or 12.
Rab, just to let you know, people were taking shots at your team out there in the comments.
Well, I was considering drafting a lineman, but y'all been turning that one guy down, and I'm like, I better not pick him. He might not be a good pick for him. I almost went with
No.
I got nothing for that guy. He was absolutely right about last year's playoffs, Mark Andrews.
Well, Mark Andrews.
I was gonna pick Smith from Ohio State, but y'all all kept leaving him blank. I'm like, maybe he's not a good pick, so I left him on the board and I went with the wide receiver. Maybe in the second round they could probably pick some line, because they also need offensive tackle. They need 2 linemen for sure, but they had wide receiver. But yeah, they got to try and make CJ Stroud look like a prospect quarterback. I mean,
The
I'm not-
receivers
I-
got hurt last
I
year
don't-
too.
I hate Ohio State with a passion, but I have to respect CJ Stroud because he plays for my city. I'd cheer for the Big Blue before I cheer for them fucking Buckeyes, but I'm not an Ohio State guy. I'm not an Alabama guy. I am not. Who else I hate in college? I got a little list. I hate Texas A&M.
Amen.
I hate Florida. I hate them. I hate Bacon Bits, Arkansas. I don't like. I don't like Texas or Oklahoma.
So, Marcus, are you like the George Strait song, I Hate Everything?
Rev.
I hate
25.
everything in the SEC except LSU.
26. More on the Rams. 26.
That's- Yeah, I'm after the Rams. Am I doing 26 too?
You're doing Rams and Ravens.
Okay. With the 26 pick, the Rams. I'm surprised this guy's still on the board, Mikael Williams of Georgia. I think he's the best run in, I think, in the draft. I don't know how great of a pass rusher he's going to be, but like everybody's forgetting, you got to stop the run on the edge. He really sets the edge. I don't know if he's an explosive pass rusher. So like this part of the draft, like late 20, early, maybe you put him in 3-4. I think he would work, especially on the Rams, who are a good, good team developing offensive defensive linemen, really up front.
That's a good.
All right.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
thought they'd have had to replace the guard they just lost.
I think Williams is too good. I agree. They need line help, but Williams is really good.
Okay.
And this is really cool here for the Ravens. So
Oh, no. You're going to draft Jahdae Barron?
You daggone right. I'm gonna draft Jahdae Barron for the Ravens. I think he is my favorite player in the draft, without question. I love watching him. All the videos I saw of him, everything I saw at Texas, he could play safety, he could play free safety, strong safety, in the nickel. He's gonna take the ball and go the other way. That's what you want a corner to do.
Him and Kyle Hamilton are going to have a lot of fun back there.
They are going to have a ball back there in that secondary if they take Jahdae Barron.
If Bart was gone, I was taking Barron for the Steelers.
He's terrific. I love Jahdae Barron.
So we got 4 quarterbacks in this draft so far, right?
3.
The next pick is Milroe for sure.
And I believe the Lions are on the clock, and they probably get booed shitless on Thursday from Lambeau Field.
With this pick, the Detroit Lions select James R. Pierce Jr. out of Tennessee. I don't like the production that we saw out of Mike Green. There's questions about his heart and how well he practices, and they pay attention to that. I don't like going with the other guy from Boston College with the 16.5 sacks, because let's face it, there's only 3 teams that have an O-line in the ACC.
Pierce, I mean, I think the only thing with him is can you keep him right off the field? But otherwise, I agree. Like, that's the only negative.
Out of those 3, I'm taking Pierce all day. You know what I'm saying? Because that's where you're at in the board. You got those 3 to pick from. I'm taking Pierce over them. If he'd have been gone, I'd have went Nick Scorton over the other 2.
We still have, Jamal Stewart, Kenneth Grant.
Shamar Stewart, I'm out. I'm ABS. Anybody but Shamar Stewart. Kenny Grant's more of an interior guy than a defensive edge. We need more edge help. We need more rotation in the DT room.
Who's got the Washington Commanders at 29?
That would be me. 20 with the 28th pick in the Driving to the Top Productions first round NFL mock draft. The Washington should still be Redskins Commanders. Select Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan.
There you go.
They have got to shore up that middle, especially against the run. Bobby Wagner can only do so much coming up through the middle, and you can't get to that second level and that be your first line of defense. Kenneth Grant will be doing a great job blocking up that middle and preventing the run and getting a little bit of pressure on the quarterback at the same time.
So that's 4 Michigan guys in the first round so far, right? Will Johnson, Mason Graham, Kenny Grant, and Colson Loveland. Good job, Big Rich.
Thank you, sir.
Jimmy, you and Bill's Mafia on the clock.
At 30, okay.
I feel like I'm doing an ESPN fantasy draft.
Same here.
I knew where to find it. It's on my channel, the draft channel.
With the 30th pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions NFL Mock Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Deion Walker, defensive tackle, Kentucky.
Wow.
He could learn a lot from Bosa.
Well, because of Grant and Harmon were already picked by our two guys, and I really like this. I like this kid too. He may be an early second rounder, but I think he's still big. He's 6'7", about 340 pounds, and he's a run stopper. The Bills need to get that big run stopper to clog up the running lanes.
Considering Joey Bosa plays on average about 2 games per season, he could be playing in front of Bosa rather than learning from him. And that's not an insult to Joey Bosa. That's fact. Joey Bosa is.
That's why we only signed him for 1 year.
Well, and I understand that, and that's good. And Joey Bosa just can't stay on the football field, so he could be playing sooner rather than expected.
Joey Bosa is a DN. This guy's a defensive tackle.
And he might be, and the guy you picked, Jamie, might be available on night 3 of the draft.
James Pierce?
No, Jamie.
Oh, Jamie. Yeah. Okay.
Deion Walker.
All right, I'm ready. I'm ready with the Patrick Mahomes.
Where else would you rather be than right here, right now?
Hit the music, James.
If I wasn't here right now, I'd be in bed.
In-N-Out Burger.
With the 31st pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions mock draft first round, the Patrick Mahomes Chiefs, and he will like this pick, take Tyler Booker, interior lineman, Alabama.
Good pick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we got music tonight, Jay.
And last but not least, the Philadelphia Eagles are on the clock.
That's me. That's me, guys.
I'm going to discuss. Rodney, I'll discuss that in a minute after we get through this. This is the last pick of the first round, then I can actually attend to that question.
Booker is terrific wherever you take him. I think like the Chiefs really could use Booker. I think like their line is terrible. I'm sorry.
The pick is in.
Okay. With the 32nd pick in the 2025 Driving to the Top Productions mock NFL draft, the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles select Emeka Egbuka, wide receiver, the Ohio State University.
That's perfect because I see him as a slot.
The Eagles don't need a wide receiver.
Yes, Dylan. Did you hear about the A.J. Brown rumors?
No, Philly's not trading A.J. Brown. That's a bunch
I'm just saying, better safe than sorry.
And besides, that makes it the best wide receiver room in the league almost when you add that to what they have.
Yeah.
That's a pretty sick.
I'm actually going to go with Jamie on that. I think the rumors are something too. We're hearing this a lot with him, like he was unhappy with Hurts and they were getting along and all that. And I do think if they can get something on draft night, I'm not thinking it'll happen necessarily, but it wouldn't shock me if they traded him. He wants to go to New England. I think that could be right.
So who
Who in
got
their
the
right
so
mind
out of
wouldn't
us?
go
Who got the best pick and who stunk it up tonight?
Well, that first off the wall pick that Jamie had. What? But
Yeah,
that
Jamie
being
was
said,
messing me up.
I was asked about some current news going on with the Lions. Jameson Williams removed all Lions from social media today and said something about loyalty before anything. And this is a ploy usually set up by the agents. They have the guys sound like they're disgruntled, put something out there because it's their 5th-year option, and the time you start to get rumors about their extensions and everything else. And I think it's all coming down to like the guaranteed money thing. And he wants a deal before it's done, but the Lions want to see a second year of 15 plus games and 1,000 yards before they give him the deal. They're going to exercise the 5th-year option, and he'll have to sign it and play whether they give him a deal or not. That's what it'll all come down to. He's not going to Le'Veon Bell himself out of the league.
Gotcha.
That's just
I
my
heard that.
opinion. I just, I heard rumors told that we're shopping him, but it all came from one source to begin with, and everybody always follows the leader with the most followers.
That man said Le'Veon Bell himself out of the league. I'm still on that.
I'm
You like that
responding
one,
to
don't
that guy.
You like that one, Charles?
I like that one. You just
That guy said
right
I
the
had
sentence.
words. I just said kick rocks, bro.
I still stand by the statement, and I'm waiting for somebody to prove me wrong, that anybody who has left the Pittsburgh Steelers because of they didn't like the structure or whatever that was a star with the Steelers was never a prominent piece of any team ever again. I'm still waiting for somebody to prove me wrong on that. Whether it's Le'Veon Bell, whether it's James Ferrier, whether it's Levon Kirkland, whether Antonio Brown, whoever. Don't care who it is. You leave Pittsburgh, there you go. So I hope Najee enjoys LA.
That was Jameson Williams that did that on social media today. He removed the Lions from following them on social media, except for like his friends, which is the wide receiver room and Jared Goff. He didn't get those off of his social media, but the actual Detroit Lions, and then said loyalty above anything. But he did put a heart emoji on it, which is kind of contradicting because why are you gonna? Wouldn't it be heartbroken if it was bad?
Do you want to keep him, Jamie?
Yeah.
Do you want to keep him?
Who?
Williams. I'm asking Jeremy. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
you want him to stay.
Yeah, I do want him to stay for his 5th-year option. That means we got 2 years of control with him. And like I said, you want to see a second year of him being one of those top 15 wide receivers before you give him that wide receiver 2 money.
I agree.
Yeah. Too many of these guys have one really good year and then they expect to be paid like a top tier receiver. No, that don't work that way. That's part of the problem with pro sports in general, football in particular. You have one really good year, and then these guys want to be paid like they're, heading to the Hall of Fame, and they haven't really proven anything. You had one great year. Congratulations. Do it again.
Right. And that's
So, Rich, I just have a quick question.
Your contract.
You mentioned leaving the Steelers. Like, whenever you leave the Steelers, you call winning a Super Bowl as good for leaving the Steelers, or what? Like, what do you
talking about? You talking about like Juju?
Off of?
You talking about like Juju?
who bounced around for 3 years before he won one.
Hey, he still won one.
Okay, so did Kenny Pickett. I'm talking about that was a prominent role that had a prominent part of a team that won. You can't find one.
But a lot of these
Cannot
teams
find one.
also knew they were signing a number 2 receiver.
Okay.
Because they saw
Juju was
what
never the number 2. Juju's not number 2 in KC.
No,
Juju might be the number 5 receiver.
Nicole Hardman was better suited as their 1, and he's a gadget guy.
Juju might be their 5. I mean, AB was not the 1 in Tampa. He was not the 1 in that, and nobody's going to tell me he was taking Mike Evans' spot as the 1. He wasn't the 2 for that matter.
No,
you had Chris Godwin running around out there. You know, he wasn't anywhere near that. He wasn't anything in Oakland either. You know, Levon
Oakland,
Kirkland when
Oakland.
he
I don't
was
even
in
think he played a
Philadelphia.
practice.
Well, I know, but in Philadelphia, you know, Levon Kirkland when he went to Philadelphia was an All-Pro 3 years in Pittsburgh.
Do you remember why?
Barely saw the field in Philly.
Do you remember why he couldn't practice with the Raiders? Because he refused to upgrade his helmet from the one where he got the concussion
Right.
from Montez Perfect. So when he wouldn't upgrade his helmet, they traded him to the Patriots, and he was dog crap there.
Yeah, he wasn't the number one in New England. Well, he might have been the number one in New
Oh,
England.
he
They
was the
had
number one.
trash
He
at
just didn't
receiver.
play like a number one in New England. Was the problem.
Yeah, outside of Randy Moss, they've had trash at receiver as far as a number one forever. But you know, Welker and Edelman were really good receivers, but those guys weren't ones either. So
No, they were gadget guys, just like Chris Hogan, just like Deion Branch, just like everybody else they ever had, other than Randy Moss.
right.
So you get should I wear a suit and tie on Thursday night?
If that's what you want to do.
Why?
I feel like somebody should dress up instead of
Dude, if that,
Why do you keep asking the question? That's like the third time you've asked it too. Why do you keep asking the question? I'm a little confused by that.
if that turns your knobs, man, go for it.
You already said you were last week, and now you're questioning it again.
Like I say, whatever turns you
And
on.
if you feel like wearing a suit and fucking tie, you wear a suit and tie.
If you feel like wearing a chicken suit, I don't care. You know, I mean, just don't,
J.I. with the comment of the night. Look how Adam is dressed. How did he top that?
Would you rather see me in a suit and tie or a robe?
Or what?
A robe.
okay, you're not allowed to channel. You're not allowed to channel your inner Dave LaGreca. Sorry, can't know.
Yes.
No.
I'm for that one, Dylan. The smoking jacket. You ought to forget the suit. Wear a smoking jacket.
Smoking
And
jacket.
there you go. Not a robe, a smoking jacket. You wear that now. That would get the view.
Dylan, you should just wear a trench coat, buddy.
Get Patty
Don't
Grimes
wear a
to sleep.
thong.
Don't wear a thong. Plus one.
On that note,
Wow. Wow.
Guys, I had a one time. I'm going to bounce. I want to tell everybody where they can get a hold of me. You can find me on my channel, which is Kneecap Biting with the Motor City Lions on YouTube. You can also find me on the Hubble Sports Network on Amazon and Roku. You can also find me on Twitter and Twitch.
Holy cow, we got the Microman machine down there.
FedEx guy.
He's got to go.
Have a good night, everybody.
Jeremy, we'll see you
later, man.
Thursday.
Yeah, I'll be there. I like I said, I'll be bouncing between your guys' channel and the network channel that I work with. So, but I
That's
will
fine.
be there, and I'll give my analysis of the pick for the Lions there, and then bounce in here and give it for you guys. And I won't try to jump over anybody. I will wait my turn.
Yeah, it's you know, like I say, it's an in and out thing. You know, it's not, I don't expect anybody to be here the whole time. You know,
I usually do the whole draft.
bounce in, bounce out. You know,
I
if
like
I'm talking to myself for a while, that's cool too.
I like doing the whole try to guess who the next pick is before they put it in. I've done pretty well at it a few times.
All right. All right.
Very
Have a
good,
great
man.
night,
We'll
everybody.
see you later.
Rav, do you want to talk about are we going to stick with football or are we going to talk about a football score as a baseball score?
I don't want to talk the baseball score. The Orioles are just getting killed as usual. No pitching. Brandon
Holy
Hyatt should
cow.
be fired. 24-2. They look like the Ravens losing a game on the other day. Little 24-2. They had Jorge Mateo in.
I got a book too, guys. I hate to interrupt, Charles. I got a
Go ahead.
book too, man. Me and you Friday, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So hopefully everything is right at home. So thank you very much for that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So everything's good.
Yeah, all's good. She's doing her thing. So yeah, I appreciate it, man. I apologize for not getting back to you earlier on.
More important, like I said, what's more important is the family and all that other stuff. Is not, none of that matters. So
I'm
by the
looking
way,
forward to it Friday.
Oh,
Cool,
by the way,
cool.
Charles, the Orioles lost 7-0 and only got one hit tonight.
yeah, I know. I know. One hit and one. They had as many errors as hits tonight. Yes, I'm well aware
Wow.
how well they.
Rich, I'll see you tomorrow night.
Yeah, man. We got our thing, Steel City Sports Talk, tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 8 Central. Breaking down all the Pittsburgh stuff, and then God only knows we did a pretty good job of veering off the road last week and getting back to the Pittsburgh stuff.
Well,
So-
tomorrow we have LA guys on.
We do. The Pirates have the Angels and the Dodgers coming up, so we've got guys talking about both of those, which should be pretty cool. So I think we'll be able to stay on topic pretty well tomorrow night.
Hopefully.
But yeah, guys, get me on Twitter, BigRich8371. Facebook, my name, Rich Richardson, and of course here. I'm here enough. Seems like I've kind of made this into my second home. Somehow, some way, it's kind of developed into my second home. So, you can get me up
I'm
here
not-
too.
All right, Rich. I'll see you tomorrow night, buddy.
All right, guys, y'all take it easy. Always
Hey,
good
if you
to
want
see
to,
you
if
guys.
you want to make that link, and then we can share it earlier in the day, see if it helps
Oh, on Thursday?
for tomorrow and Thursday.
Oh, for tomorrow? Yeah, I can do that.
And
I can
Thursday,
do
why
both,
not?
Yeah,
Why not?
I got you.
Thursday.
Sure.
Let's do
I
it.
got you, man. No
All right.
problem.
All right, buddy. I'll see you.
See you later.
Marcus, you're awfully quiet over there in the corner.
I had the night on mute. I was watching some reels.
WrestleMania reels. Ray
Baseball
Ripley
fight.
picking up.
Baseball fight reels.
Oh,
Like
Jay,
hit
I
by,
don't. I'm
hit
sorry.
by
Go ahead.
pitch fights. Like hit by pitch fights.
I don't have enough time to answer your question, Jay. So where you want me to start? The pitching is bad. The offense is bad. The defense is bad. The managing is bad. Otherwise, they're really good. Talking about why the Orioles suck. Yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah.
I guess Jay's an Orioles fan too, Reb. Maybe you could get him on your show.
Talk to Jay.
It said my Orioles. No, that's one of that's one of Jeremy's followers on his YouTube channel. So I guess he's an Orioles fan. I don't know. Maybe you could duke it out.
Watch the Ravery Sports podcast. Just go ahead and we can talk about the Orioles every week. And even this week, even though we stunk.
I was scanning through his serious, and I was like, does that really say 20-2? 20-1, whatever it was? I was like, what the
24-2.
Yeah, my dad read it wrong. He thought they scored 24 runs in one inning. I said, that's impossible. I watched the first inning. It was 0-0. Maybe they scored 24 total runs, and he got mad about it when I showed him the proof, and he was wrong. And my dad got no patience.
Former Pirate Charlie Morton has been just train wreck, doesn't do it justice. He's been getting creamed every start. Every start. I don't want to go too far. We're supposed to be talking about that's just terrible.
Losing Burns hurt you guys a lot.
That's just.
Well, Dylan, what did you think of the draft that we just did?
I thought the first 9-10 picks were reasonable, and then most of the picks seemed reasonable until Jamie started picking guys who might otherwise until Jamie picked Isaiah Bond.
I picked old boy for the Texans.
All right.
Matthew Golden's definitely a first-round wide receiver, if you ask me, Marcus. But I think C.J. Stroud needs help in the O-line, not wide receiver.
Yeah, I didn't know a good lineman to pick because obviously everyone was turning down Josh Smith, and I wanted to pick that boy from Texas, but he got him for the Seahawks.
I think he'll be going way before Houston picks.
Houston's probably gonna draft Ohio State boy, or Josh Smith, or he'll probably draft maybe that guy from Alabama. I saw that an O-line from Alabama on the board, but I don't know if he's that good.
Here,
I like Tyler Booker. He's good. You're talking about Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker, I like him too. He's good in the run game, and he's a good pass rusher. I like his hands and all that, etc. So I do like him. He's a pure guard, which means he's going to get lower. So like the guard tackle types always get higher. Tyler Booker is never going to play tackle. He's a guard pure. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Let me see. Shoot. Where is the mock draft I did today?
I'm about to bounce myself. I can get ready to watch Dark Side of the Ring.
Excuse me.
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Marcus, did you see The Rock today on McAfee?
No, but I read a post what he said about McAfee getting put in that sleeper hold, saying like, "Oh, this is wrestling."
It doesn't matter what your name is. The Rock will take it straight up and put it up your candy ass.
This is actually the mock draft I did this afternoon.
Speaking of candy ass, I just ripped my candy ass. Excuse me.
I mean, what do you think about this draft?
The top 5 I can see. Matter of fact, the top 10 I can see. Going down.
J.I. hates me. He thinks all my picks are bad.
Matthew,
is that Milroe in the first round?
Milroe to the Rams. Yeah. I had Milroe going second round or even third round. Not
Milroe was horrible at the Senior Bowl, man. He was the worst quarterback that actually was there. There is no freaking way somebody's taking him in the first round.
Yeah, but he's a great athlete, though, when he runs.
His percentage is not going to get it as a starter. He's got to sit for a while.
They said the same thing about Josh Allen, and look what happened. His completion percentage wasn't that good either.
Josh Allen was at 50-something%. Milroe is
where'd it go?
50% isn't that great.
No,
Jamie, there's your compliment, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jay, thanks for stopping in, man.
Thanks. Oh, Jamie, good Rock impression. I like that, dude.
So, I mean, where do you see? So, I mean, what do you guys think of my picks? Like, am I crazy? Do I think any of my picks?
I'll give this like a B minus.
Like, where would you see I screwed up, Marcus?
Putting Jalen Milroe in the first round. That's your first fuck up. Jackson don't. Well, no. That's fair. If he's not going to the Saints, maybe. I'm glad he's not going to the Jets. Don't fuck his career up with the Jets. Jackson Dart. Give him to Adam and Rich. Let him have a good quarterback.
And I know you like Hairston better than I've heard you talk about how you like Hairston better of the Ravens. I'm not going to be happy with that one. Hairston in the first round.
Yeah,
I think that's a little high.
Let me tell you this, Charles. Hairston can flat run, and Baltimore's secondary needs speed. And with Nate Wiggins last year, Baltimore would have 2 very fast corners.
I think the defense. I think the position is right. Yeah, I'm not arguing that. I just don't know if that's it. Not too much arguing. Otherwise, I don't know why. I want to bring this up. I don't know why the Browns are passing on the quarterback. Who's going to play quarterback for him? Joe Flacco? That's insane. They're talking. I mean, I don't.
Part of me thinks that the Cleveland Browns will trade back in the first round for Jalen Milroe. Tommy Rees was Milroe's offensive coordinator in Alabama. knows what Millwall's capable of doing. Cleveland's got the 33rd pick. So guess what Cleveland could do? Call the Rams and say, "Hey, would you give us 26 with 33 and something else?" Don't you think Sean McVay could turn that 33rd pick into somebody?
No.
Man, that's just. I hear that. I think I guess that's the strategy. But man, you better be right about one of these other quarterbacks passing like so early like that.
I mean, remember Lamar was the 5th quarterback taken in 2018. He worked out all right.
Oh yeah. Well, Lamar didn't have to start either. He was sitting the bench. I mean, everybody forgets that. I mean, he didn't have to play. That's part of why they rolled the dice.
Well, Miller won't have to start with the Rams either. And in Cleveland, I don't think Miller will have to start. They play Flacco Pickett.
Shit, I'm at the bounce, folks.
Milroe was terrible at the Senior Bowl. I keep saying that. I don't see it in the first round. Dart, I think, is like Chad Pennington 2.0. I think that's the best case scenario too, which might not be too bad, I guess.
Well, I'm about to bounce, so this is
I
fun.
think are we going to shut up shop for the night?
We can. That's fine. Hour and a half.
Yeah.
Next week we'll continue with our regular scheduled program, Open Sports Mike, which I'm sure we're just going to be talking about the draft a little bit and everything else. But yeah, tonight was a good show, guys. Thank you for everyone tuning in, all the comments, all the people watching. I thank you. Marcus, you got to go first. Do you want to tell people to get you?
Yeah. Real quick. UFL talk. When are we doing that?
I brought that up the other day. No one got back to me.
Well, I'm good with tomorrow since Thursday's the draft. And I know we're not going to want to do shows Thursday with the draft going on. So just let me know.
If I get done early, I can, but I have my show at 9 o'clock.
I don't have much to say except the fucking Roughnecks suck ass. That's all I got to say.
You know, we have a head coach that was a lineman, and I don't know how good this guy was, but we ran for 23 fucking yards on Friday night.
Yeah.
Awful.
But
Awful.
I am right there below you at Marcus Lee 337 on Twitter. This Sunday is at 1 o'clock Central Time, the world premiere of On the Go, where I'm covering. I got teams, not hosts, in different area codes from the 713 to the 504, 225, 337, 318, 409, covering mainly Houston and New Orleans and all in between. I'm going to recap the Saints picks, the Texans picks, the LSU players that got drafted, a couple of players from UH to Raging Cages if they're lucky to get a pick there. Somebody get drafted. Quick, 20-second recap of big names that got drafted in the first round. But I'm going to mainly focus on the Saints and the Texans and LSU players that got drafted. But I'm going to do my little quick recap of the NFL draft as the world premiere episode of On the Go. So tune in this Sunday at 1 o'clock Central Time right here on Drive to the Top Productions. It's going to be a fun one. Might talk some other shit in between, like talk how the Rockets in the playoffs will go to State. Astros shocked me winning the series with the Padres, but couldn't sweep them. UH might be coming back in basketball in the Final Four, and the Dynamo suck ass. That's about it.
Sounds good, buddy. Sounds good. 1 o'clock. Let me know. We'll get the preview going. We'll get it out there.
Hell yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Marcus, thank you for tuning in tonight, sir. And we will see you. I'm sure you're going to pop in soon, right?
Yeah, if we do it tomorrow, I'll pop in tomorrow.
All right, we'll figure it out. Let's see what time I'm done work.
As long as we get it done before we get to your little show with Rich.
Yeah. All right. Well, Marcus, we will see you tomorrow. And if not, you're more than welcome to pop onto the stream Thursday. Rich is hosting. I will be late because I have work, but I'll be popping on after.
Might pop on after myself.
Dylan will be in a fucking bow tie, and that's it.
Him and Jamie should both be in a suit together.
Jamie, you wearing a suit on Thursday
What do you mean?
for the draft?
If I'm wearing a suit, I'm not going to be in
Are we
this.
actually going to do a watching?
Watch along.
Yeah, with Rich. Rich is leading it.
One of y'all should wear orange, and the other should wear baby blue, like Harry and Lloyd, with the top hats, the canes. Just don't kill a bird. Popping a bottle of champagne because
Yeah, I
it's
guess
draft
so.
week, baby.
Actually, I'm not going to be joining you guys. I just want to watch the draft.
Oh, all right. You can pop on. You don't have to stay the whole time, James.
All right.
I might, if the Saints get Shadir Sanders, I might pop in for a second and be like, "We got our guy." If we get him,
All right.
Dart. If we get a quarterback, I'm gonna pop in.
Okay, I'm going to
All
get
right.
going, guys. I'll see you later.
James, how people get you?
You can follow me, yours truly, on Bill's Chat 1 at Bill's Mafia Chat, and also Jamie Malloy, the unbiased journalist, at DJ Dog Tags on X, theforkball.com, and stadiumrant.com and theforkball.com, where I write about all sports. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, like, comment, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you guys for listening tonight for our mock draft. You guys were wonderful. And for more content on Driving to the Top productions like this show and Joe and our show, Subway Conversation Chat, please visit our YouTube page, Twitch stream, Facebook stream, X stream, wherever you consume your podcasts. Thank you very much for listening. And this has been the Driving to the Top 2025 NFL mock draft on Driving to the Top productions.
All right, James. Thank you. We will see you possibly popping in Thursday.
Yeah, yep.
All right, buddy. Rav, Dylan, who wants to go next?
I'll
Jamie,
go.
Jamie made it fun, man. Those picks were crazy.
I thought about taking Team McMillan 5 just to shaking up the whole draft, not which I would have done so.
That's the thing about this draft. You do what you feel is best for your team. And if even Jason, a Packers fan, had a pick for the Vikings tonight. We saw that, he still looked it over and still picked still picked their needs.
At ONS Sports One, Spunky Spectrum Sports, Big D Podcast, and I guess I'll be wearing a tie Thursday night. What kind of tie?
Oh, well, I can't choose that one, Dylan. I might wear a tie too. I don't know. I was going to throw one on, but I was already running behind schedule. So.
And
Well,
by the
Dylan,
way, I'll probably be in a different room for the draft. I'll try and get set up in the kitchen where it won't be hot, because if I'm in here for the draft, I will be sweating more like when I run one of my 5Ks.
Geez, all right. Well, yeah, be comfortable, buddy. But I thank you for coming on, Dylan.
Huh?
Good picks. And we'll see you Thursday.
All right. Yep.
Are you running anything else tomorrow?
Not for now.
Okay. I always see it too late after you already posted, so that's why I ask. But anyway, Rav, how people get you?
All right, so you can definitely big week for Ravery Sports this week. So obviously it's draft week. So thank you, man, and I appreciate it. This is the week I would want it to be a part of a group like this. One of my favorite sports weeks of the year, the draft. So
this is a fun week.
Yeah, man, this is awesome. Like the draft.
This is like the pinnacle of golf. This is like the Masters.
Yeah. Chris Berman used to say Christmas, Easter, 4th of July, all in the same thing. So I appreciate it. This week,
And
go ahead.
there's like no football. It's just I don't even know how to describe it because it's not even part of like a week of. It's like a week of what's next.
It's like you're out of school for the summer, and then but you have to meet 1 week in the summer, and you see everybody. It's awesome. Yeah,
And this is it. This is
yeah,
it.
this is it. So
I wasn't sure how to describe that. As you saw, I was running into trouble there.
So this week we're gonna do obviously we're gonna do the regular podcast on Wednesday. So we're gonna talk about the NFL draft, the final Ravens mock draft, the final NFL mock draft. We're talking a little bit about NBA playoffs, and we're gonna talk obviously about the Orioles had a terrible start that we've been going through here as well. Thursday, we're going to be on a couple times during the draft. We're going to do a pregame show around 7, and we're going to do post show after the draft. So I'll be doing that, and I'll be on with you guys at points to the night. I don't know about. I'll see how it looks, but I'll definitely be on for a decent portion of that. I don't want to commit to all night, but I'll definitely be on for a decent portion.
Yeah,
of the night.
I'm probably not going to be on all night either because I don't know what time I'll get home from work. So
yeah, I don't think I'm working that day. I think I actually took that day. So, because I'll be working a lot that day. Hey, and I'm on my third job today. I did my 9 to 5, and I did. So I'm on my third job today. So that's
Rab, also, I wanted to let you know also, if you wanted to set up a banner for us to run your little store on the bottom, you're more than welcome to set that up for us so we can run it during the shows.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I run the banner for I don't always talk about it here, but RavenSports.company.site. So definitely, if you want Ravens and Orioles merchandise, you could check it out. I have 2 other businesses: Genesis Notary Services, that's my notary business, but that's for local area, in my Legal Shield business, where you can get legal stuff for like business owners.
I just wanted to tell you. I wanted to leave out. I forgot to tell you, but
sometimes I can't help shilling it. You know how we are,
right.
So
gotcha.
Thank you very much for all of you. I had fun the draft. One of my favorite weeks of the year too. The draft.
Yeah, I started doing this last year, and JJ McCarthy went number 1 overall to the Bears last year.
That's great. That's what I'm talking about. Just like Jim, way off the board. Isaiah Bond, he's like 100. I'm taking him in the front. Yeah, that's great.
You know who? No one took Tyler. No one took Tyler out of Louisville.
No. Oh God.
Everyone keeps saying this kid is moving up the board, but I don't know.
This is why we watched the draft. I can't wait, man, for Thursday to get here and we can all.
I can't believe no one said anything about the jerseys behind me either.
Yeah, you've changed it. Yeah, I just know. Yeah, you're ready for the draft. You got different ones up there.
I do. You like that one right there, where people learn how to be another hard hitting defensive back?
Eric Davis.
Eric
I know
Davis.
who it is. Yeah, man.
And I couldn't leave out my guy from Arkansas.
Yeah, Julius Jones.
No, Felix Jones.
Oh, they're both Julius Jones from Arkansas too, right?
I think so, yes. But
yeah.
I always said, Rab, here's the one thing I said. I said, I like Felix Jones enough. I'm going to get his pro jersey. And I never said to myself, if he goes to Dallas, I'm not getting it. And I said, if he goes to Dallas, I am going to get the Thanksgiving Day jersey because it's the only one worth having. So that's what I got, the Thanksgiving Day jersey of Felix Jones.
All right, sir. I will. We're gonna. It's thank you. So looking forward to the draft.
Absolutely. We will see you tomorrow night from me and Rich's show. Obviously 9:00 we'll be starting. Jamie said to hit those likes and notifications. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Driving to the Top Productions. You can get me at Sports Talking It on Twitter, at Driving to the Top on Twitter also. Obviously, Marcus brought up the Showboat, the UFL show. You can get me at @memboats over there. That's a problem, dude. You have a lot of outlets. You always can't remember where to put them all, But anyway, I thank everyone for tuning in tonight, guys. Everybody have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow. And then Thursday, we got live draft coverage, so check us all out, guys.
All right. Thank you, sir.